Back almost 40 years ago, I was much younger, of course, and been married a short while, had a couple kids. And one evening, I had a life changing, that's an understatement, life altering, a epiphany beyond anything I've ever had before. I had meditated that night for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, and had been chanting and doing some exercises. And when I went to bed, my mind was fully focused on the meditation I just finished. And I glanced at my nightstand where there was a picture of Paramount's Yogananda, black and white picture, his last photo. And I was staring at the eyes, and I was just focused on the face. And then, boom, I'm out of my body. And not in your typical out of body experience fashion, attached to a cord and floating. No, I was this thin film of rainbow color light. And it was zooming, literally zooming through the cosmos at a rate of speed that was beyond comprehension. It'd be like watching the old Star Trek movies when they go into hyperdrive and you see all the colors flashing by. Beyond that even, just whew. And we were passing other colors that were traveling slower. It was like we were the fastest group of colors. And I'm in this rainbow, for lack of a better word, a rainbow body. And it felt like it wasn't just me. It was a group of souls, a family of souls. It's just like your cells in your toe are part of this whole body, and the eyeball's part of the whole body, but altogether they're the body. That's kind of what it felt like in this rainbow body. And it was traveling and going in all these directions, and I could see and feel and sense and know so much. There was a music being played in the cosmos, the ultimate Om sound. Music, it just vibrated, and the colors vibrated with sound, and objects were all vibrating with sound and love, with light. Everything, it seemed, was made out of love. Love was a thing, the element that held everything together, including this rainbow. And we traversed, for lack of better terms, galaxies, universes, beyond, wherever, or inward, if it wasn't outward. And we were just traveling and traveling. And I didn't have to think about anything. I didn't have to ask questions. I already knew. I knew so much without having to even think about it, ask. And it seems like I always do this. And it also was known to me that I've been a part of this rainbow family forever. And periodically, members of this quote-unquote rainbow family come back to Earth and other places and help other souls evolve. But there's always a group that's in this rainbow. It didn't seem like a far-fetched thing when I'm being shown these things, and I shouldn't say told, it was just known to me. It was making absolute 100% sense to me. There was no question. I saw the beginning of time, Big Bang explosion for the creation of the Milky Way. I saw the other end, explosions, and it's like, but there was no really beginning and end. It was an ongoing process. Someplace there was a new bang going on and a new creation going on someplace in the cosmos, and someplace it was being dissolved. Ongoing process. And this voyage lasted for what it seemed 300-400 million years. It was like an eternity. There was no time. The concept of time had absolutely no meaning. It was like I've always been with that group traveling, and I was just rejoining, remembering. And it wasn't until all of a sudden I remembered I had a wife and children. And at that moment, it was over. Boom, bang. I felt myself being whoosh, drawn back out of this spiritual rainbow body and boom, deposited into my physical body laying on bed with such sorrow in my heart. I was crying when I opened my eyes. I was crying. I missed this rainbow family so much. And having to go back to Earth felt like going back to prison. But I love my wife and I love my children. That's obviously why I was drawn back. I brought back a lot of information that first night, and then some things faded. I was told that some things I would remember, some things I could not repeat, I could not talk about, I could not discuss, and some things I would remember when the occasion came and it would come back to me. It wasn't until a few years later, many years later, actually several decades, that I was reading somebody else's kind of like the same experience, and the guy said it wasn't traveling, it was expansion. The mind was expanding. The consciousness, I shouldn't say the mind, the consciousness was expanding. Therefore, you could travel in all these directions. And it's the expansion. It's not traveling. I was heartbroken for a while, and I sat down trying to figure out and remember as much as I could. But I do remember being a part of this spiritual body, this rainbow body. The rainbow body I was with dealt with the spiritual evolution of the planet, metaphysical, spiritual. But there was other groups, there were other rainbow bodies out there dealing with science, politics, philosophy, other things, math. And it seems like some of these souls would come back in every once in a while, and then they would help the overall evolution of the planet. Talking now from this conscious mind, it's hard for me even to understand what that means. But I didn't have any question. I understood it at the time. And I understood there's other people that have come at the same time I have from the rainbow to have an Earth existence during this time period. And periodically I run into one or two or more. And they're not aware of it, and that's okay. Maybe they slightly are aware of it, or they sense they're here for a greater purpose. But that's not what the whole thing's about. What the whole essence of this journey was, and I experienced this not just for me, but to share, is that there is no time and space. There's no beginning and end. Nothing is what it seems it is. This earth is like a dream, a delusion. But we are on this evolutionary journey, and it doesn't end with death. That's just another door. And the most important thing I did learn was that the power, the vibration, the motivation behind all creation is love. Love is the building block of creation. That's the essence of what God is. That's God's DNA, love. And when I came back, I kind of felt like even my own DNA, my own spiritual DNA, was altered in some way from this journey. It was profound, life-altering, changing experience that I am unable to put into words. I wrote humbly about it and not very well in my books, devoted a chapter, but in truth, I could have wrote a whole book just on this. Messages from the cosmic rainbow. There are many. It's a matter of us being tuned in to listen. So I share this personal experience, and I'm sure that there's people out there who go, yeah, okay, well, I don't do drugs, I don't do alcohol, I don't need to do caffeine, nicotine. And I swear by all that's heavenly and holy in this universe, creation, this is actually what happened. I am leaving out a great many details of things I'm not sure people could handle about the future and about the past. And there's a lot of stuff I can't say, just I know intuitively I don't have permission to say. So suffice to say, that's my story now. About 25 years after I had that experience, a friend of mine from Self-Realization Fellowship turned me on to a book about this person. Testimony of the Light, I believe, is the name of the book. And she channels this nun that passed on, and this nun on the other side talks about these rainbow families. That's the first time I ever heard the expression. I had no idea what it was. And she talks about them traveling through the cosmos. So I didn't have any preconceived idea when I had this experience because I never even heard of it. I didn't know about a Tibetan rainbow body. I didn't know about anything about a rainbow body experience at all. But I do know about love. And that's all there is.